Hello and welcome to the marvellous show Game of Thrones. If you've never watched us before, I'm your host Steve and it's a react show to the Game of Thrones as it's lockdown. I've never seen an episode before, so I'm watching the entire series and I'm absolutely hooked and loving every minute of it. I'm even dreaming about it, for heaven's sake. So yeah, I'm well into it at the minute. Last week we watched an awesome episode 2 in season 4. Joffrey died. I know I shouldn't be happy about people dying, but yeah, I'm really happy. So I'll give you a quick blast of what we saw last week and my loves and hates, and then we'll crack on with episode 3. So last week we started with Ramsay and Reek and one of his lady friends chasing the other woman who I think she was the one that was part of the two that were arousing Theon a couple of episodes back rather, and so obviously something had happened there and they were hunting her down with a couple of dogs, and it was a pretty hardcore scene to kind of start with. But yeah, I mean, Theon, he looks an absolute mess at the minute, but he's still not totally converted, I don't think. There's still a little bit of Theon in there, because later on, when Ramsay went to see his father, you saw Theon shaving Ramsay, and it was mentioned then that Robb Stark had been killed, and you saw that sort of glint in his eye, and he kind of stopped what he was doing. So he knows there's still a little bit of Theon in there, I think, and I'm hoping that might come out in future episodes. We also had a little Bran scene. Wasn't a lot, but it was he had another one of his visions, and there was a hell of a lot going on in that vision. We had the dragon flying over. I think it was King's Landing. I think like a shadow of a dragon. We also had the throne. In a frozen kind of snow kind of scene, which was very similar to Daenerys' vision as well when she went to the House of the Undying. It was practically the same thing, really. Also I'm sure we saw Ned as well, sharpening a sword. I'm not sure who the voice was that said to go further north. I'm not sure who that was. Perhaps it's the person that he's actually got to go and find, I don't know. What else did we get in that vision? We had the crows as well, the ravens flying. We had Cersei as well. You could hear her voice as she, where Bran had seen her and Jaime together. So I'm not sure where. Obviously, he can see into the future. That's what his visions are. So I'm guessing that when winter comes, you are going to see like King's Landing covered in snow, I guess, which is going to be mental. So I guess that's what's going to happen. Now, I don't see quite what the Ned thing is, unless he's still in the sort of spirit world. I don't really know how it works. And the dragon, I think it's obvious that we're going to see the dragons in the future attacking King's Landing, which is going to be amazing. I just wish Joffrey could have been around to see that. Never mind. But a couple of scenes of Melisandre sacrificing some more people. She likes her barbecues, doesn't she? One of them was Stannis' brother-in-law, the uncle of the little girl. And Melisandre then goes to see, I can't remember her daughter's name, I need to write it down. Goes to see her, and I'm a bit worried there, because Melisandre is going to try and get her claws into her as well, and I don't like that, because I think that little girl is lovely. You know, she's really sweet. She's also very switched on as well. She's not stupid at all. So I'm a bit worried about where that's going to go, to be honest. We had Varys telling Tyrion that Cersei and Tywin now knew about his girlfriend, about Shae. So he was literally he had hours left to do something, and he had to do it really quick. So he actually did the thing that he had to do, and that was basically sort of dump her, really. He was calling her a whore, and he would never be able to have children with her, which obviously she was very upset about. And then Bronn kind of sort of dragged her off to a boat and put her on the boat, and told Tyrion that he definitely saw her on the boat sailing away. I'm still not convinced. I think she's going to come back. If she does come back, it's going to be very short-lived, I think, because Cersei is not happy with Tyrion at the minute. And then we had the big wedding. I think half of the episode was basically the wedding. Oh my god. So much to talk about. Joffrey was basically being a complete arse. I mean, like, he was being OP with his arseness. And giving Tyrion was the victim the entire time. You know, he dragged out like a load of dwarfs. They were reenacting the Five Kings, which obviously upset Sansa as well, because it was just mocking everyone, mocking Robb, Ned, Stannis. It'd be good if I get them all. Renly, check me out. So obviously Loras got up, just stormed out. He had had enough, and the whole Tyrells were kind of, could tell, really uncomfortable watching it. It was just ridiculous. And Tyrion, I felt so sorry for him. And then he was made to be his cup holder, and just again ridiculed. He was kicking the cup away when he went to try and pick it up. It was horrible and uncomfortable view. And then there was Cersei smirking away as well, which can't stand her either. So yeah, and then all of a sudden it happened. Joffrey got poisoned, I guess, and died, which was quite nice. I suppose the next thing we need to know is who did it. Yeah, who did it indeed? We're going to find out. So, suspect number 1, Sansa. Now you've got to think Sansa had a lot of reasons to kill Joffrey. One of them being that he's a complete arse and he killed her father, killed her brother, pretty much put her through the mill. Now there was a bit where Joffrey kicked the cup under the table. Tyrion went under the table to get it, and Sansa handed him the cup. Now I don't think that was the same cup, because it didn't seem to be in the same area where Tyrion was looking. So did she plant something in that cup? We don't know yet. Also, suspect number 2, obviously Tyrion. If anyone's got a motive to get rid of Joffrey, it's Tyrion. He has had probably years of abuse, and it's certainly since Joffrey's been king, it's been an absolute nightmare for him, absolute nightmare. So, and to be constantly ridiculed, constantly bullied, I think anyone would have a breaking point, and I think Tyrion would be a definite suspect, but I don't think he did it. I think it's too obvious. So that brings us to Marge. Now she would have a good reason to kill Joffrey as well. Firstly, Joffrey's a dick, we all know that. But Joffrey's death would mean that she would be queen once she's married to him, which she technically is now the queen. So did she poison him? Did she put the poison in the cup? She'd have had the opportunity to do it because she was right there on the table. I think the cup got placed down on the table near her. She definitely had reason to do it. Let's keep her in mind. Next we have Prince Oberyn. Now he would have had a massive vengeance. He even said to Tyrion that he was there for vengeance. And what better way to get vengeance than to kill Joffrey? After his sister, I think his niece and nephew were all raped and murdered, he had very good reason to get his own back, and definitely killing Joffrey would be a good start. How he would have done it, I'm not sure, but he definitely had the motive. Then we had the king's own fool, Dontos. I forgot his name. Again, he'd have had the motive to do it. Obviously, he was nearly killed by Joffrey. And at the end, or towards the end, when it was the end actually, when Joffrey was basically dead, he crept up to Sansa and said, "We need to leave right now if you want to live. We need to go right now," which is a massive hint to me that he may have been the one that poisoned him. Not sure on that one. So I don't really know an awful lot about his character, but that was a very suspicious thing, very suspicious. And that only leaves one more character, one more suspect. And I bet you can't think who it is. Cersei. Oh yes, Cersei. She wouldn't have intentionally killed Joffrey, we know that. She loves her son, for some weird perverse reason, she loves her son. But I'm thinking she hates Marge so much, and the Tyrells, that she would have poisoned Marge's cup. And she poisoned Marge's cup, the cup that got kicked under the table, and then Tyrion went and picked up another cup from where Marjorie was sat. I think that Cersei may have poisoned that cup, hoping that Marge would have drunk it, and it's backfired and Joffrey's drunk out of it. Yeah, see? Don't waste my evenings. But who knows? My main suspect, I think, if I had to choose, I think would be Prince Oberyn. Prince Oberyn. I think that's who it was. Or it could be Marge. I don't know. Anyway, we shall see soon. So on to my loves and hates quick. I've been gabbling on way too much. Number 3 for my loves is Jaime Lannister. Since he's been back to King's Landing, he's had a horrible time of it. You know, Cersei's not interested anymore, which, to be honest, is a good thing. You know, he's had to have this, false hand put on now. He's got to try and learn how to sword fight with his left hand. He's had Joffrey, not Joffrey matters anymore, but Joffrey's been on at him, and like he said, he's worried now that people are going to realise he can't fight like he used to, and that's going to sort of backfire on him. So I do really feel sorry for Jaime at the minute. Number 2 is Arya. I've been loving her story with the Hound, and after they went to that inn, that pub, and it all kicked off there. I thought it was absolutely fantastic, and the chemistry they've got with each other is absolutely brilliant. So I don't know what's going to happen now. I guess that she's going to her aunt's, but I dare say they're going to have plenty of adventures before they get there, hopefully. So yeah, Arya is my number 2. Number 1 is Tyrion. I feel so sorry for that guy. I can't help it. The last episode, oh God, I don't know. How does he keep his cool? I just don't know. The sarcasm's still quite cool. He still cuts some of that in there, but he's number 1 definitely at the minute. He's really going through it, and now he's probably going to be arrested for Joffrey's death. So we're going to have to see what happens in this next episode now to see what happens with him. But I'm hoping he's all right, and hoping he gets out, and we get it back to the funny Tyrion again. My hates. Number 3 is Ramsay Snow. Again, he's such a sadist, but he's a bit funnier with it though. I mean, Joffrey just wants to slap, but with Ramsay, it makes me snigger sometimes. I can't help it. But yeah, he's a total head case, and what he's done to Theon is horrible, really. But yeah, I mean, the first scene we saw of him, you know, cutting that girl down was awful, and the continual humiliation of Reek is also, you know, it's horrible to watch at times. So yeah, he's definitely my number 3. And number 2, and it's close out of number 1 and number 2, but number 2 is Cersei. She was nearly my number 1, because I tell you what, there wasn't much in it in that last episode. They both absolutely pushed my buttons beyond belief, and Cersei is definitely she's going to be the new Joffrey. I can see it now. And yeah, she was just horrible. She was laughing at poor Tyrion, and even when Marge said that she wanted all the food that was left to go to the poor, she made it quite clear that she didn't want it to go to the poor. She wanted it to go to the dogs. This is how nasty she is. I mean, there's no reason for that at all. She's just being an absolute bitch. So yeah, she's definitely my number 2. And my number 1, if I had a fanfare, I would do it right now, is Joffrey. Probably for the last time, unless he's a zombie. Definitely for the last time. He was probably at his worst. You know, I mean, he's done worse, I suppose. Yeah, he has done worse, but it was just a constant thing with me. It's just built up over 3 seasons, and finally he's out of it. Oh God, thank God for that. But yeah, he was nasty. He was horrible throughout the whole episode. So he's, without a doubt, he's my number 1, and hopefully we don't have to talk to him. And hopefully we don't have to talk to him. And hopefully we never have to talk about him again. So that concludes my love and hates for the last 2 episodes. I can't wait to get stuck into these next 2. We've got episode number 3, Break Out of Chains, which I guess is going to be about Daenerys, which is cool. See where that goes. And yeah, we'll see you shortly. Bye.
There are no men like me.
You did this! You did this!
We have to leave.
Take him!
I like the way it's carried straight on. I'm loving this.
Where's his wife? Where's Sansa?
Find her. Bar the gates of the city, seize every ship in the harbour.
Why? God, man, I can't cope with this.
Get in.
Where are we going?
Somewhere safe.
Go, let's go. Yes.
Up you go, my lady.
What's going on? Oh, God.
I'm sure you've had quite a fright. Rest easy. The worst.
How does he know? How does he?
Voices carry over.
Was it him?
10,000? Was it?
10,000.
Wait! do you think they would punish the girl who murdered the king?
I didn't murder anyone. Why did you kill him?
Because he was a drunk and a fool, and I don't trust drunk fools.
He saved me.
Saved you, my lady. He followed my orders, every one of them. And he gave you a priceless necklace that once belonged to his grandmother. The last legacy of House Hollard. I had it made a few weeks ago. But you're safe now. I promise you that.
So she's queen.
So am I the queen?
This would not be an opportune moment to press the issue. You may not have enjoyed watching him die, but you enjoyed it more than you would have enjoyed being married to him, I can promise you. You did wonderful work on Joffrey. The next one should be easier.
Your brother is dead. Do you know what that means?
It means I'll become king.
Yes, you will become king. What kind of king do you think you'll be?
A good king?
I think so as well.
Wisdom.
Yes.
Wisdom is what makes a good king.
Yes. But what is wisdom? A wise young king listens to his counselors and heeds their advice until he comes of age. And the wisest kings continue to listen to them long afterwards. Your brother was not a wise king. Your brother was not a good king. If he had been, perhaps he'd still be alive.
It was Tyrion. He killed him. He told me he would avenge him. Kill Tyrion.
Tyrion's my brother.
I want him dead. Please, Jaime, you have to. Oh, baby boy.
Oh, shut up. Come on, Jamie, don't give in to that. She's just doing that so that he kills Tyrion.
You're a hateful woman. Why have the gods made me love a hateful woman?
That's a bit.
Stop it!
Man, that is sick. Don't care. That was mental.
Where are we?
Near Fair Market, I think.
You think? You don't have a map?
I don't have a map.
Maybe we should get one.
I just point out the next map shop you see and I'll buy you one. Far. Get my gold. Be in my way. Fighters to sell sword. Second Sons could be. Seems like a good fit for me.
Forgive my father. He was wounded fighting in the war. Our cottage burned down while he was gone, and my mother with it. He's never been the same.
Which house did he fight for?
The Tullys of Riverrun.
You'll be wanting a roof tonight. There's fresh hay in the barn. And Sally here makes rabbit stew just like her mum used to do. We don't have much, but any man that bled for House Tully is welcome to it. And keep it from the clutches of depravity.
You going to do all 7 of the fuckers?
Father! I'm so sorry.
Oh, God, it's getting everywhere.
Frey will burn in the 7th hell for what he did. Things were different when Hoster Tully ruled the Riverlands. Those raiders wouldn't stand a chance against you. How would it be if you stayed on till the new moon? I could use a man to help with the farm work.
What do you pay?
I don't have much. But I have hidden a bit of silver from the bandits.
Surely not. Oh, he's not going to rip him off, is he? What?
What did you do?
Get your horse saddled.
You told me you weren't a thief.
I wasn't. He's weak. He can't protect himself. They'll both be dead come winter. There he is, Sam the Slayer.
Going to visit your wildling whore?
She's not a whore.
No? Maybe I'll give her a copper tonight and
Oh,
find out.
shut up.
No one's touched me, if that's what you mean.
100 men, 1 woman.
They've got other things to think about.
That's the only thing they think about. There's 100 men lying awake at night picturing you.
And what about you?
What about me?
Come on, Sam.
Maybe you'd be safer in Molestown.
Joffrey.
The usurper, Joffrey Baratheon. I said those words when I tossed a leech into the fire, and I am powerless to take advantage of
We'll
it.
find you an army of grace. I've been working day and night.
What progress have you made?
10,000 skilled soldiers fight for the Golden Company.
The Golden Company?
Never broken a contract.
They sell
We're
swords.
willing to use blood magic to put you on the throne, but we're not willing to pay men to fight.
We don't have any gold.
Not yet.
I'm running out of time, Sir Davos, which means you're running out of time.